Hey guys, this is a Brit's travel guide to Florida. Thought I'd start off my first ever video, so bear with me, with little things to pack that maybe you wouldn't think to pack if it was your first time, or just sort of things that you maybe wouldn't pack for a normal holiday but for Orlando becomes really helpful. I might end up doing a second video to this later on if I feel like I've missed anything, but I think I've got I can cover most of them today. The first one I'd say for us Brits is these Squeezy bottles. There's a few different ranges. This is the Aldi range. I'm not sure how much they are. They're good for a budget. I think they're about 69 pence. But they do around 20 glasses depending on how much you put in. But in the parks especially, you get free water from any quick service restaurant, and as well as that there are fountains. I will say the fountains aren't as clever because they are in the sun, so the pipes are obviously warm, so the water's warm and it just doesn't taste great. But this does help, especially for children that maybe don't want to drink water. It just encourages them to drink that bit more. The next one I say is Ponchos. I have two different styles. This is the adults. These were bought off eBay. And we're not going to use them for rain. We are going to use them for rain. We aren't going to use them for rides because as quick as you wet, you dry again when we go in August. But they are for the rain because it can be torrential, so it's just, there's not a lot of cover and the shops are always full of people, and America tends to just completely stop when it starts raining. So if you have these just in your park bag, it's always handy just for the rain, just to keep dry. For the kids, I bought these also off eBay to hook onto your park bag, and as you can see inside, if I can open it, your child's poncho is in there, so you can just pop it back in there when you finish with it and it's always ready for you. Next one would be cooling towels. So they come in this bag with the clip. You basically just wet it out, so when you're getting some of your free water or whatever, wet it out, wring it out, and it's a really good towel just to cool you down. But in humid months, again, we go in August, so these are worth the weight in gold just to keep you a bit more comfortable, because it can be very uncomfortable in the parks without something like this. I know last time we couldn't find any shade, unless you're in a ride queue. Some of the ride queues have aircon, but other than that you are really uncomfortable a lot of the time, because obviously we're not used to that sort of heat. So I would highly recommend the cooling towels. Talking of the heat, the water park floors get really hot in the August months. I can't tell you about the cooler months. I imagine it'd be more comfortable. But in the summer months, we found was kind of hopping to the slides, because you can't wear your shoes because you can't wear them on the rides, but your feet are really hot. So we purchased, these are the kids versions, but we have just plain adult versions. We purchased them off eBay. They're just some they're called beach socks on there. So they're just like a neoprene sort of material, but they have this on the bottom. So it's good grip, but it just protects your feet from the heat because it is uncomfortable to walk on. And I guess even by your pools, if you're in a villa or whatever, it just protects your feet from the floor and stops you slipping. With the water parks in mind, we always pack one of these, because it has a lanyard around your neck so you know where your phone is, but it's protected. It protects your phone from water rides, water slides, but even Universal has the Popeye bilge rat ride, something like that. But you do get really soaked, so it is always handy to have this so you can keep your phone protected. But also Ziploc bags. these are sort of a multi-use thing, but I would use the ones with this sort of seal, not the handles, because they are watertight for if you get the little ones have an accident. Your underwear can go in them and not tarnish anything else. Snacks, the snacks are really big in Disney, and same with Universal. A lot of America is big sizes, so sometimes when the kids don't eat it all, you can pop it in the bag and save it for later. Like I say, if you're going anywhere that's wet, you can just pop your valuables in there, or any clothes that are wet or mucky or anything like that. To be honest, you'll find many different uses for them. We take snacks into the park from Walmart as well, just to make it a bit cheaper of a holiday, because there's 6 of us. So yeah, these are really handy. Power banks. I'm very snap happy. I love to take photos in and around it using my Disney Experience and Universal app a lot. When you're out in the shops and things like that, you're always going to be using your phone. So we just bought this one from the pound shop. I do think it was £2 though, but we found it really helpful last time, so we're taking one again. I lost my other one, so that's why I've got a new one. But yeah, these are really helpful to keep your charge phone, because if you're not driving as well and you need Ubers, you're going to heavily rely on your phone. Then if you're on a budget like we usually are as a bigger family, don't always wait for the parks to buy the ears. There's plenty of places, whether it be, we've bought some from AliExpress, if you've ever heard of that, and we've got these lovely ones, and as a new customer we got these for 1p with free shipping. But besides that, I think they're about £2 something, but they are really cute little ears. But we also bought some, these are also an AliExpress ones, but we also bought some from eBay, just other sellers. The original maker of these ones were the Cave of Wonders, but we bought them on eBay. Somebody else had bought and just didn't need any more, so I think I only paid about £4 for these as well. And we just got a couple of shop pairs. But yeah, shop around for your ears. There's plenty of second-hand pages, Facebook, AliExpress, which are brand new. They're just made in China, which I'm sure these ones are made anywhere in China. These were a little one that I just picked up along when I was shopping on AliExpress for my ears. They're these little small capsule sort of shaped, but all you do is open them, and as you can see here, it's just a towel. So all you do is pop this into a little bit of water and it expands to like a wet wipe. So they're really small for the park bags, but they are really handy just for mucky faces, just again, just cleaning areas and stuff if you just need a quick wipe for some reason. But they do not take a lot of storage because they're only that small. I mean, you could also carry wipes around or whatever, but we just found these, and again, there was 1p on AliExpress, so to me it was just worth a shot. Another one is, I bought this one from the pound shop. It was £1.50. These are hobby storage boxes, but we use them for snacks. So on the aeroplane you can take snacks. People seem to think that you can't, but as long as they're or disposed of before you get to the other side, you are more than fine to take snacks. It's the fluids that you cannot, well, you take 100 mils, but drinks you don't take. But as you can see, there's all these different compartments, and if you turn it the other way, upside down, you also can fill this side. So I also, in my business, sell the vinyl. So on this one, it's going to have whoever's name, and then snack box. I'll stick some Mickey ears and stuff on. But it's just a nice way to store the snacks. They're not falling all over because it's clipped, and it just keeps them all in one place, and every child knows exactly whose snacks they are, so they're not all fighting, which in my house happens often. One of the last two, along the lines of the free water, these metal bottles, I got these from Primark, as you can see, for £7. I have 2 of these, but they stay cold or warm, whichever, for a really long time, so it allows for the ice water to go in the parks. But also in the airport, if you don't want to be buying drinks and you are on a budget, if you can take this in your hand luggage empty, and then there is a water fountain on the other side that you can then fill it up if you want to. Again, just because airport prices are really expensive, and if you don't necessarily want to pay for it, then you have that, or even if you want to fill it just as a backup, whatever, you just have that. But yeah, it's also very handy for the parks, so I would recommend having some form of water bottle if you're not wanting to keep buying, because if you don't want to use the free water, also it was $3.50 for 1 bottle of water if you're not getting the cups of water. If you actually want to buy a bottle, then it's $3.50 per 1 bottle. But in Walmart it's $4.98 for either 12 or 24 bottles. So if you really don't want to use the free, it is cheaper to go to Walmart, buy some snacks, some goldfish crackers, some different things that you can take in the parks. Sometimes have breakfast in your villa or hotel, wherever you are. But also the water. You will need a lot more water, and the soft drinks. I mean, you say in the comments if you think different, but I find the pop doesn't taste the same as over here. There's just something like a bitter aftertaste, in my opinion. So I'm interested to see what other people think, because, well, I ain't got many Disney fans to ask about that where I live. The last thing I'm going to mention is the hand luggage. For children, we're obviously always trying to keep them still and busy. You do have the films on the flight, which helps somewhat, but they do eventually get bored of watching a screen, which is crazy because I can't normally get them off them at home. So I find stuff like this, blind bags, things that just surprise them when they're on there. We managed to get these in a Tesco for one of my daughters who absolutely loves Lego. But I've got about 5 different ones, and I got them while they're on sale. But these will keep her busy. She'll be playing with them. She'll just get the surprise, but she won't open them all straight away. She'll get them throughout the flight, so it just keeps her busy and just something else. We also got some from Tesco as well. Board games. Some just mini travel board games. I think we've got Connect 4, Guess Who, and Uno. Obviously we've got 4 children that we're taking, so they will be split between them. Sorry about that. One more thing, I have 2 younger children, and they really like colouring, but they are really small, and we are staying in a villa, so we're very cautious of colouring pens and pencils because one of them likes to draw on the walls. So we purchased these we got from B&M for £4, but it's just water, so they can't colour over and get it on a table. They can't draw on the shelf or the clothes, but they're still keeping busy. And this, for the £4, you get 18 colouring pages with 5 coloured pens, so you are getting plenty for your money. and it just keeps them busy. I think the main thing you've got to think of is travelling with children on a plane for so long, because we're flying in direct, which if you want to hear about or any advice on, we've done this previously before as well, so if you'd like me to talk about that, if you just say so in the comments or whatever, I'll happily to talk about it. But yeah, when you're doing such long flights, you just need to make them as comfortable and as occupied as possible. So I'm going to draw this one to a close now because it's been 15 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, talking about your favourite topic. But yeah, if you want to hear more or anything, just feel free to drop it in the comments or however it works. If you want to click subscribe, I'll be doing another video soon about what I'll be packing in our hand luggage cases and our really cool travel document organizer, and all the lists as well. I've got like a binder full of many different things just to help with the trip and keep organized, so stay tuned. Bye.